Matt, we will see at some point if we get to it. But here we go, Mitch with the frenzy, kicking things off here as they make their way out onto the site. The Killjoy with the opening kill, not something you say all that often. And it's a follow-up for Mitch as well. He's making the frenzy look wonderful as he continues this relentless assault. Assault gets spammed, and Mitch has now found 4. Just might spot the spike as it comes around the corner. No, the timing at least initially worked out for the team, but now the time is continuing to be a problem. They may have just lost this round because they couldn't get the spike onto the site. Remember, we mentioned it. Time is so problematic for them. TenZ has to go big. No, TenZ gets a little bit over eager. That's a big orb pickup as it allows them to utilize lockdown. And you can see some damage being dealt there as well to Food, who's trying to spam through the wall. They're trying to take out that Killjoy ult. And they actually do have a player who's trapped in it. Food trying to get away, ends up getting gunned down. There's also a nano swarm in position.
One player remaining.
Yet again, Envy looks
Spike
soft
planted.
as TenZ is popping off. It's down to now just one. It's FNS who's hiding inside the dark cover. And yeah, there's TenZ finding a 4K on the round.
Positions. And then Envy just held that good. So 4-2 right now. We have Caboose that's going to push forward and get that first frag. And they caught him off position, off guard right now due to that Hunter's Fury.
mummAy has to back off as the paint shells land right next to him. FNS lurking in that corner, able to pick up 1. Now TenZ does have the AWP and the Blade Storm. Cyber Cage is going to go down, and mummAy gets a little bit of a sneak peek. There's a wallbang kill coming in the end. A flawless round. Their way in. You heard the Empress pop. It's all about timing currently. There's the showstopper as well. A lot of ults being potentially thrown out here on the round. There's the Rolling Thunder coming in, but it misses Caboose, who now uses the dismiss to get into position, but it's a quick shot from TenZ. It puts everything on the remaining 2. Curveball not in the right spot, but it is this time at TenZ with a blind shot. It's now down to the spike diffuser. He's stinging, and TenZ with the jump shot. Sting roll, but it does work, and we've seen it played that way on this map times in the past. There's the explode onto the site with the Jet starting things off. Stuck inside the cloud burst, and the flashes proved to be a little bit too much for them to deal with. Caboose is around the corner. It's mummAy with the backup from on high. Shinobi with the blind kill through the dark cover. Will now pop the ult to port away. Cypher is in position. Yeah, that gets canceled. Clear it.
Oh, they'll chase it for sure. Big shadow step, but that's too late. Food's already around the corner.
They're gonna have to start going into patterns. Cloud9 flag. Nice shot coming out from mummAy to pick off Vice. It's a quick flick in, moving up catwalk, and a nice escape as well. As the awkward off-omen player manages to escape. Now, TenZ does not have the same luck. The Killjoy ult will at least open up the defense just a bit. It's gonna shove them into hell, and Caboose is actually able to pick one off. He uses the dismiss to get a little closer.
30 seconds
But it's all up to Relyks now. Relyks with 21 HP. Nice shooting onto his first target, Caboose, but there's another one in the same position, and crashies just waits. Did they spot him at the last second? I thought maybe they saw it. There's the ult being popped. The answer is no. The rocket also misses, but it doesn't matter. They've managed to get onto the site and take down the defense.
10
Again,
seconds
we talked
left.
about those last second executes. And it happens here as well. He's got to stick it, but he misses the first pulse. Had he hit that, he likely would have stopped the plant. But he's just off the mark. Crashies couldn't line it up the way they needed it to happen. There's the Rolling Thunder coming through, everything being sent in that direction as it is the last round. They'll veer through the wall, might find them an opener. Get blind the initial target, but it's all up to Caboose.
Gets a bit of information out of that, but we're playing very passively towards the back mid. For Envy, who managed to get the first 2 kills.
Starting to bail out as well. The dart giving away the position as he moves up. It's a nice little easy kill onto Caboose, and there's actually some damage being dealt elsewhere. I like the barricade coming out as the boombot comes through, but Food waiting with the ghost. Quick couple of taps onto Relyks' head, and it's now down to a 2-on-3. They've still got the Killjoy coming in on the backside, and we saw how good Mitch was in the pistol on attack, and he's doing it again with the frenzy. Not that common of a purchase, but it's working out. The swarm grenade goes down, and it's right behind the default box, but it actually doesn't go deep enough, as he got blinded by the paranoia at the attempt to throw, and there's a masterfully played double swing coming in from Envy. They read it right. Both players peek at the same time, and he just doesn't stand a chance. Food runs in, hits the switch after flipping the switch on his ult. Mitch will get the openers, though, for Cloud9 as they cement themselves as defensive force to be reckoned with. It's down to just one.
Wow.
Despite all the effort, all that fluff and thrill coming in from Envy, that's a flawless round victory.
Double play too.
Nowhere to run!
Position from Mitch should work out nicely. This is a great ult coming out from crashies, though, as Envy manages to crack into that B site despite the early presence from Cloud9 in mid. And now they've got the spike down as well. No ults available for anyone at this point, so it's just a game of rifles, and there's Shinobi picking up that first kill. Hot Hands does go down top stairs, coming in from Phoenix on site. They're just starting to work their way through. TenZ with the read. Doesn't stand a chance, and now it's all on crashies. He snuck inside the dark cover. As great as a push it was from Envy to get onto the site.
To be and to get a plant where it's going to be the retake play again, but you do have alert crashes with this Spectre.
Out of my way.
Crashies does a little bit of work. Does take down Shinobi twice
Initiated.
with a quick response. Oh, I like the way this ult comes through because it has a little bit more height than one might anticipate. He tried to spam through that wall, and it really wouldn't work out so well. TenZ flies in with the knives out. Yeah, that.
Well, he got trapped by the trap wire on that retake, and that's how they're able to carry that kill. But this round, though, a trade after trade of 4 versus 4, but low HP on the defense is going to be Relyks.
Not ready.
Off your feet!
Nice rocket coming out around the corner from Relyks. Doing great work as the Killjoy yet again.
Offensive operators. And he's still going to have that ability by mummAy, and it's still going to be a kill. Starting things off, though, for Envy. They're looking for this. The curveball kind of misses, blinds himself on top of that, but gives the information that Mitch is in there. So the flashpoints are coming through, but he has some support. Vice is trying to flashpoint back. He's the one that's flashpointing to actually try to hold the push from the Dude still manages to get the kill. Crash is falling right behind and to dismantle the defense actually on the B sides.
But it will be an 11th round regardless. Coming in for Envy as they take control of the scoreboard. You know, they say that Valorant, a child game, look to cartoon graphics can make kid player happy like children's show, but
to break free. Thankfully, nobody was there to trade off. But they're pushing aggressively for Envy inside this A side. Mitch is playing at the bottom here of hell. There's an opponent just across the corner, but it gets dismissed away, and mummAy moves forward. So somehow this is working out here for Envy with such an aggressive push towards the A side. Now Relyks is just going to be the last man standing on a 4 versus 1. Does have a showstopper, but it's something at that point, and it will be for Envy. Has pushed out to get any information yet, so they're still playing it very cautious. And Mitch still manages to get the first kill. We're staying alive here for Cloud9 as they drop the first 2 towards his mid side, and Shinobi shadow steps away. So this is huge right now for Cloud9 to stay alive.
"30 seconds left."
Crashies working his way towards the wine cellar. Cloud9 has somehow managed to get themselves to this point.
Enemy tag.
Can't quite count them out yet. We mentioned it, still possible, still certainly possible, and they've managed to kind of break Envy on the round.
10 seconds left.
Running away, licking their wounds, saving what little they've got to bring it into the next round. It's interesting to say that the way that it plays, it actually blocks out mid, but it's actually TenZ that goes down, and oh no, not like this. They got so close. Surely it can't end this way.
30 seconds
Envy
left.
has a 5-on-3 as they start to work their way into B. The spike's going to be planted, and Kaboose has one hell of a flank. It's an easy kill onto Relyks. A dismiss to get away. There was another target inside the market. It's Shinobi, but it's all falling apart. It's now down to just Shinobi, and what can he do? Takes out the first target. There's a Phoenix flying in with a flashbang just behind him. It will be Envy who take map number 1 in the series over Cloud9 Blue, 13-11. Reyna right by their side. Breach and Omen in sight, ready with the paranoia. There's the paranoia coming through. It's a great read coming out from Cloud9 as they crush this push right off the bat. The remaining 2 members are like, yeah, nope, not having any of it. Kaboose tries to go in and play tricks with the port. The shadow step doesn't come through. TenZ gets a 3K on the round. TenZ still here. TenZ just feeling it. Decides to just get aggressive. Throws down the Lear as well. Will dismiss away just in case there's another looming threat, but there's not. It's now down to 2. As Envy decides to head back over to A, where TenZ has changed positions.
30
nice
seconds
shot
left.
coming out from FNS though. A quick flick over. And in the meantime, crashies took care of the alarm bot and snuck his way up into heaven as well. With 22 seconds left though, they need to make a move and they've still got Omen sitting on the site. Shinobi just has to play this one patiently and wait for them to peek. There's the first one, and that's pretty much the round over.
10 seconds
Paranoia
left.
goes a little bit too high, goes over the head of crashies. As they try to work towards B, they're going to have to wait for the nano swarm to dissipate. TenZ is waiting around the corner. It's a great flash to get some setup, and he's just going to stick around. Even though that healing ray gives away his position, he's stuck into the corner, and they don't even get a hard clear.
Number for Envy as well, are currently still practicing this pass. They're 0-6, that's for Kaboose and mummAy. Now the blade storms are coming out too. The Relyks continues to hold his ground towards the A side as they are trying to push aggressively, falling off the blade storm.
One enemy
All the
remaining.
attackers are trying to push through, and mummAy gets picked off there, and Shinobi dispatches him, and that's it. Now it's going to go into the hands of crashies as they're going to try to explode it inside.
Nice cancel from Mitch as he stops that from happening. Takes down another target too as he goes for 180. The turret making it look easy right now.
30
The
seconds
last
left.
remaining member is Food in mid, and well, he's not really playing with the rest of the team. He was playing back off the play. He's going to leap his way through the ropes and try to make it up through heaven in time to try and make something happen, but with limited time left on the clock, his options are limited. And
Exactly. That's the story there. It was just like, it's not necessarily them not letting their shots do, but it's just look at that. It's how it's being set up. It's a flashpoint that's coming through from Vice. TenZ comes out, gets 2 kills. Finally, Kaboose gets his first 2 points on the scoreboard, but it's just how
One player
this group
remaining.
right now and enabling their players
I
to
know
get things done.
exactly
But
where
suddenly, as I
Okay.
say that, we have FNS that's coming through on a 2 versus 2.
Relyks just
player
goes for the
remaining.
360, a nice little casual 360. It's now the 1v1, as it's going to be the Raze battle. As you can see, his target gets blasted away. Look at the damage being dealt, though. Relyks has this one very much under his control. The blast pack down just goes out deep. Relyks in the same position, and ooh, Kaboose!
Which is going to come in from Envy.
Relyks on site. He's got some backup as well from Shinobi. Relyks is able to find 2, but Shinobi and Relyks both go down. Vice wants to eke through, but it doesn't work out so well. So Envy,
Spike
look at the
planted.
plant out of this one. Mitch starting to come through from A ramp, goes ahead and drops the ult. There's the showstopper, but he prevents the rocket from coming out.
way.
Yet again, Kaboose goes for that ult and it doesn't work, and now that Killjoy ult comes through and makes this so much more difficult for mummAy. He has to try to run. It's so well played. There's the rolling thunder popped as they try to make their way out.
Wow.
Somehow mummAy is able to make that one work. And they're still working their way onto the site, but CLOUD9 fires back just like that. It's all down to FNS. And a large part of that is the Empress ult coming out from TenZ to the favored side. The problem is they can't make any mistakes. It starts out nicely for them with the pistol kill coming in from mummAy, and Kaboose has some freebies. Either they're not looking or they're blind, one or the other. It's a free kill. You're starting to see the tendencies of the map illustrated perfectly here in the pistol. CLOUD9 is at a massive disadvantage of 5-on-2.
Which should be 11-2 right now, especially with Vice down to 2 HP. TenZ trying to use this as a one-way.
Finished.
Okay.
10
I've
seconds
ever
left.
gotten a kill with the frenzy
One
from
player
more than like
remaining.
2 feet away, and he's making it look easy as he hits a dink shot as well on that last target before eventually falling. I like this move as well, going for the orb pickup. It doesn't really work out so well for Envy as mummAy tries to dash in. Vice is just looking to maybe get another kill or 2. He is a force buy coming out from them. The flash comes through. crashies is blind. The flash also delays them just a bit. The bot, though, he's going to trace his position, and just like that, they've gained up some sight control. The nade goes down, and it's a quick shot coming out from Vice. TenZ with the follow-up at the end. Grouping up towards this A site, ready for the explosion that's about to come their way. There's the Lear through. Food steps into the dark cover, doesn't work out so well.
10
Just
seconds
in.
left.
The flying
One
kill
enemy
coming out from
remaining.
crashies, who's found another. And now it's all up to Mitch, who gets taken down on the back lines. And now Omen has the port. So there's flexibility. And you can see that ult being called out as the spike is in the hands of Omen. I don't think it's going to make a difference though. Mummy is there, yep. Well read from Mummy as he goes cross map on a hunt for... We'll see if that's what it's going to take. Food is in position, pinging out the turret. Has to be careful as that ult is going to connect. He's trying to get away, but no, he gets detained because he got slowed. So there's 2 players actually detained. And they're going to blast him out of position. It's an easy couple of kills for them to gain access to the site. This could potentially be it. Cloud9 is going to get a spike plant out of this, and it's a 4-on-3, and they've still got the Rolling Thunder to play with.
That is so unfortunate, but let's see what happens with the round now with the attempt of a retake. Only 2 players remaining. FNS, the first one to come out from the doorway. A Rolling Thunder here into the site. And gets out of position. There's that first kill, but didn't connect onto the second one. It's still up to crashies. 3 versus 1. Spots the first. Vice falls. Now towards the elbow. The crossfire is set up, but Relyks gets that last kill. And we are moving into a 3rd and final map.
Envy now moving back towards B. This is a best case scenario right now for Cloud9. You got the stack here, but they needed Shinobi to step up. Mitch is at least able to get one spamming through, and somehow is still alive, but the hot hands lands, and he starts to just immolate. Inside, though, they're going to manage to scoop up control of that B site. They'll go ahead and secure the spike as well. The pistol of TenZ eventually finds the kill. The heal will help, but it won't take him up to full reach. Sitting below 50 HP as they group up now and come through into Hookah. They've actually managed to make this work. They've brought it down now to 2, and the Sova gets dropped down to just around 5 HP. Mummy's on site with a full boat, but he's got to be careful as the drone comes through. Look at the damage that's being dealt. Mummy somehow still alive. Has to go to the sidearm as he's down out of ammo. And there it is.
Or the showstopper is ready here for food, but they just want to take advantage of the start. Now they try to take control of the B side. How does that still blow up in front of your face? Mitch is down to 61, but they're still converging in, but they're still holding their ground. Mitch now under heavy attack is forced to put down his ultimate lockdown, but they're all dropping like flies for Envy on this rotation, and just like that.
Joke's over! You're dead! It begins!
Well, there's the run it back being used as an opener. Caboose is going to charge in first. The flash was on the money, but for some reason pulls out the knife to jump around the corner. Bit of an interesting decision. Showstopper, and it's perfect right on the money as Caboose gobbles up the rocket. It's down to now just 1 for Envy, and crashies, who's taking the portal and hoping to get a spike plant out of this scenario. Now, crashies does have his ult available, so
30
there
seconds
is a
left.
chance that he could use that ult to try and prevent the spike from being defused, but he's going to have to do some serious legwork to get it to that point even. There's a perfect Lear coming out. That's going to make things so much harder. Sure, he finds the kill, but look at the cost. 25 HP remains. Gets distracted by the leaping target.
All 5 players are stacked up there, so they're going to play off the back here of the Recon Owl, and then the Paranoia, I will not give any information because that's the first one. Shinobi, everything's done.
That ult doesn't go off. We saw that a couple times, a couple of canceled ults for the Rays in the past. Vice from distance actually gonna land 2 pulses of the Hunter's Fury. That takes this from being an advantageous position for Envy to now being an even 2-on-2. Now Mummy's in heaven, and crashies is able to sneak over towards that default position. We don't see the spike planted there all that often. I like the blast pack utilization that allows them to get to that spot. And the nade is actually good enough. And now Mummy, what is he going to be able to do here? Has to spam through the box. Actually does connect. So now it's down to the 1-on-1. They didn't get the spike to halfway. Fake port coming out. I like the move from Mummy. And he's just going to start spamming through, but Vice reads it well, and Mummy runs out of ammo. Well, it's going to be a clash on the B site. As utility gets expended from both teams. There's the ult coming out from Mitch. Mitch taken down. The ult's going to get destroyed. There's still Shinobi to deal with, and the fight ends up going the direction of Cloud9 at first. But then it spirals back to Envy's favor. The nade comes out, but it's a little too late to stop the plant. Relyks is swapped over to the up, and we'll see if that's going to be enough, as he's not prepared for the peek coming out from Mummy over on B. And uh-oh. This is a little bit scary. Caboose is going to go in first. Paranoia is right where it needs to be. But Shinobi has to back off after that initial kill. And he does. Now, I love what we're seeing as well on the other side. You've got Mitch now pushed up in mid, ready to get the flank, but you've got Caboose going in first. Curveballing through the nade and the curveball.
30
Not really
seconds
gonna
left.
produce much success for them. Relyks picks off one. Gonna find a
player
follow-up
remaining.
by way of shinobi. Shinobi's found two, and that's the spike planter going down. TenZ. They lost the first half from the attacking side of the map, 4-8. They ended up winning against T1, and then against Destin, they lost it 3-9, and they still brought it back. So Envy certainly has opportunity here, but no!
30
the
seconds
patience!
left.
He waits almost a little too long,
Spike planted.
and it doesn't work out so well. mummAy's trying to get past that turret. The shock dart out in front of him. Don't make too much of a difference. Nice leer, but it is taken care of pretty quickly. Envy now down to just two. Crashies with a nice pickup as they try to make their way out. Crashies gets one as he falls into the site.
From Cloud9 to cover up the spawn side. We have to come up with
The rocket doesn't really do any damage. They do pick up the first on their attempted retake as TenZ peeks out a little too wide from Cubby. Flash does at least blind them momentarily as they try to make their way out onto the site. But somehow they've gotten it down to a 2-on-1. It's all up to Food.
this round to try to catch up and bring us into overtime. So far, it's looking to be in favor on paper of Cloud9 because of the weaponry that they have, and also from that entry kill as kaboose falls. And now they continue to wallbang, and FNS never saw that coming. TenZ gets the wallbang, takes him down into another 5-on-2 with an open sight into B.
You should run.
That's a great move from Food to get into hookah.
One player remaining.
They're gonna keep making their way out, but my God, Cloud9 just looks so good right now. The retake falls apart as quickly as it starts. To say this is suboptimal would be kind of hitting it right on the head. As I say that, though, they've actually managed to kick things off quite nicely. They brought it to a 4-on-3, but it's quickly turned back around. FNS has upgraded to a rifle, and there is one right around the corner. The boombot's going to lead them in first, but FNS
Perfect
continues
play.
to punish from the back end of the play.
The angle from that window, but it's planted towards that back. The turret is up as well.
Spike
and Caboose is
planted.
just going to try to catch him off guard as soon as his spike gets planted. So he's looking towards this left side. Shinobi is playing inside that tin, and Mitch is playing towards the elbow. You cannot be any unluckier from the positioning you're at with the advantage. And even FNS falls down towards the garden, and also the turret spotted the other one. Thankfully, though, we do have a running back, but an Omen teleporter as well. Caboose gets the kill onto Mitch. He's looking to stay alive now, and Shinobi goes for the full from the shadows outside hookah. Where
player remaining.
is that? That's a 1 versus 1 now. Hunter's Fury still available. We have to go for that defuse, and it's going to be nearly impossible for them to get it for Cloud9, and Crashies gets to defuse. Much needed.
Crashies is going to go high to try and give away position. That's in case they decide to jump out, but that makes it a little bit too easy there for Vice to take down Crashies. There's still positions being given away. The Emperor's ult has been popped, and it's now a 3-on-2 with numbers advantage for Cloud9.
10
The
seconds
spike
left.
going down. mummAy has made
Spike
it into
planted.
hookah with 10 seconds left. The spike touches pay dirt. Shots coming out through the dark cover puts mummAy down on a 5 HP, and that puts a lot of pressure on FNS to save the day. The Nano Swarm making it that much harder for FNS to move into position, and now the Hunter's Fury as well. Nothing can be done.
Attacker
Cloud9
wins.
moves things out 13-5 over Envy, and they will be our #1 seed moving into the closed qualifiers next week.